COVID-19 information in American Sign Language. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, have created new videos in American Sign Language to help you keep up with the latest COVID-19 news and guidance. Learn how to protect yourself and the people you care about from COVID-19.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Vanessa Paloma Vajarnik. Here's a quick look at the top trending international news stories in ISL making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Ordinary Afghans are describing all sorts of brutalities committed by rulers since the Taliban took over in the summer of 2021. If you recall, a video was shown around the world showing thousands of terrified families flocking to the Kabul airport, desperate, trying to escape the country. But the Taliban vowed reform, pledging to be more progressive than their last time in power. Instead, the group quickly fell back on its old brutal ways, ruled by fear and repression without mercy. The group ordered judges to fully impose its extremist interpretation of Islamic law. That includes public executions, floggings, and amputations. In December, it carried out the first known public execution. An alleged murderer was shot 3 times in a public square. According to the United Nations, over the past 2 months, the Taliban carried out floggings against more than 180 men, women, and children. Many Afghans have risked their lives trying to flee the country, but failed. They hope the international community will hear their cry for help, even if it means risking their lives to speak up. CNN has reached out to the Taliban for a response on the allegations of detention and torture, but has not received a response. Authorities in Italy recovered a record amount of cocaine during a routine surveillance flight off the eastern coast of Sicily. Officials say they seized nearly 2 tons of cocaine in 70 watertight floating packages in the Mediterranean. The packages also had a signaling light device. The estimated street value of that amount of cocaine is nearly 400 million euro, or $440 million. Authorities say they likely prevented the drugs from being picked up by criminals and prevented the illegal sale in the territory. UK's Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab resigned this week. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak called for an investigation in November after 24 staff members filed a complaint against Raab. accusing him of bullying. Rob promised to resign if the investigation found any proof of bullying. Rob is the third high-level minister to leave because of allegations of misconduct under Sunak's leadership. Apple CEO Tim Cook was in India this week to open the first physical Apple stores in the country. The first store was opened in Mumbai. The second store was opened in Delhi. Cook was seen at both locations, greeting and welcoming customers as employees cheered and clapped. Apple has been considering India as a possible consumer and manufacturing base. India is the world's second largest smartphone market. And speaking of India, according to the United Nations, in the next few months, India will overtake China as the most populous nation in the world. India's birth rate has slowed a little, but the country is still quickly adding to its 1.4 billion strong population. According to UNICEF, more than 67,000 babies are born in India every day. And more than half of all Indians are under the age of 30. That means a huge potential to grow the national economy. But education and investments need to keep up if there are going to be jobs for a new generation. India's new global title won't mean much if it doesn't come up with fresh opportunities for the growing population. Thousands of people from around the world traveled to the small town of Exmouth in Western Australia to see a rare hybrid solar eclipse. It was one of the few places in the world that was able to see the sun, the earth, and the moon aligned in an amazing eclipse. Take a look. That was time-lapse video of the eclipse. People who witnessed it firsthand say it was spectacular. One more hybrid eclipse is expected in 2031. Experts say it will be another 100 years before the next hybrid eclipse. Kensington Palace honored the late Queen Elizabeth II on what would have been her 97th birthday by releasing this photo on Friday. Palace officials say the Princess of Wales took the photo at a family gathering a few months before the Queen died. It shows the late Queen at the family's Balmoral Castle residence in Scotland last summer. The Queen is surrounded by her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Queen Elizabeth passed away in September after reigning on the throne for 70 years. Sign1News will be broadcasting international news updates and ISL every Sunday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.